Griffin here, back with another live stream for you all. As you can see in the title, I'm going to be just talking about like my shares for the day, what I have. Let me go ahead and jump over here. What I have been buying, selling. I didn't really do a lot today. Like I said, I'm trying to just stick more to my plan. It's just a lot easier to have better results, as I'll get into today. I'll go ahead and show you guys straight up. As for today, I did 4% profit. And after hours, not doing the best. I'm just down 1/4%. Nothing new. I've noticed over and over that I tend to lose about 1/4%, sometimes even a whole percent. But then sure enough, once the markets open up after about an hour or so, it goes right back up. So nothing really to worry about, and it's only 74 cents, so not the end of the world. However, I did make 11.04 today. Now what I'm wondering with this whole Robinhood, like how it calculates your profits, is does it include, because I got 2 shares this morning due to, I had my girlfriend sign up through my link. I had my cousin do it as well, so we got the free stocks. I'm wondering if they include that when they're, because I mean that is your portfolio value, it adds to it. So I'm wondering if, and I mean they weren't like huge stocks, but I mean it added up to, I think, around $6. So I mean that'd make a pretty big difference. That'd be from 4% to like 2.5%, 2 to 2.5%, somewhere around there. So I'm just wondering if any of you guys know, like if you get what I'm saying, and if you know the answer to that question, let me know in the comments, no matter when you see this video, if you're seeing it live or later on. It's just something I'm wondering. I'm going to look more into it for sure. I was thinking about it as I was getting ready to do this video. But yeah, if it's not, I mean, it was an overall good day. Either way, it was still a profit day, so a lot better than Friday where I lost like 2 or 3%. And that's what I'm going to talk about, what happened with TVIX, what's going on with Acre, because I did call out Acre. I've been calling out Acre, saying that I think it will hit 80 to 85 cents, maybe even up onto $1. I'm still thinking it will. We're going to dive into that chart, but obviously first we're going to be talking about JNUG, just because it's one of them that I'm watching. I'm going to list off 3 stocks that I'm watching tomorrow. What I'm doing for the time being is just as I'm learning everything, as I'm learning how to read the charts, because I'm still learning about the MACD a lot. It's helped me out a lot the last day today. I started learning about VWAP. I'll show you all VWAP here in a minute. I have it taken off right now just because it gets all crazy once you start putting in a bunch of different kinds of indicators and whatnot. But I'm just going to go ahead and check my stream real quick, make sure that my volume, okay, my audio is catching, because I know one time I did it and my mic here was not even like working for whatever reason. I'll go ahead and hop in the chat, get it pulled up here. Let me see. So no one looks like to be in the chat. Let me see if we got anyone watching really quickly. It says 1. It says my stream health is okay. If there's any issues, let me know. Of course, just shoot it out in the chat. Say, hey, your chat's sucking, or your chat's sucking, your video's sucking. Let me know how it's doing. But yeah, with that, I'll go ahead and get right into it. I took a full page of notes for you guys. That way, like, you all will know literally just everything I did. I mean, I literally wrote from start to finish what moves I made today. So I'll go ahead and just read them off right off the bat. First and foremost, I started with just $29 today. And why is that? Because obviously, when you sell your trades through Robinhood, it takes about 2 business days, I've noticed, 2 to 3 business days for it to process back into your like account balance that you can actually use to trade. Or pull out of your Robinhood account if you wish, but obviously we're trying to build our accounts right now. So I had $29, and as of tomorrow, I should, pending that they all go through and get back into my account tomorrow, I should have $151.60 for tomorrow. But as for today, I have $29 to use, and by the end of the day, I had 57 cents. So obviously, I made like use of all of that money, so to speak. I mean, I could have thrown in another penny stock, but I don't see a point in just investing like 1 share of a penny stock. I mean, what am I going to do, make like a penny? So, I mean, it's just not worth it if you ask me. But anyways, to start off the day, I bought 5 more shares of Acre. I bought that at 71 cents a share, because I can't lie, I did think it was going to go ahead and just shoot right back up. Obviously, we're not in Acre right now. I'll go ahead and get that pulled up for you all. And I need to get it put on. I'll just go to 5 days. I did think it was going to hit 79. That's why I hit my target here at 79. So it would send me a notification since I was at work. And once I got that notification, I was planning on selling, in all honesty, because I mean 8-cent profit off 71 cents on top of my other ones that I had bought at like 68 cents and 66, or I don't know the exact amount of those. Those are ones from last week. But anyways, I was planning on just cashing out around 79 cents, as I mentioned. But obviously, it's kind of had a just slow day overall. I'm not too worried about it. I mean, it's still kind of keeping up, so to speak, with its recent trend. So, I mean, if it does hit, say, 76 cents again, I'll probably just settle and take my profits and leave this stock, just because I don't really like holding penny stocks, especially for like more than a couple days. I really don't like to hold penny stocks. It's just a rule of thumb to not really hold penny stocks overnight. But since Acre has been kind of a trending penny stock, I've just kind of held on to it for a few days. But it's turning into more of a swing trade than a day trade at this point, as I kind of expected. I knew it would take a while for it to even get close to this 80 to 88 cent mark. But like I said, if it gets back up to about 76 cents, I'll go ahead and sell it off. And if you want me to, I'll go ahead and zoom in here on it, and I'll show you guys the VWAP real quick. So if you're newer to like the TD Ameritrade platform, you can just add all of these different things to like your you can add all these like graphs and charts and stuff to your screen. So obviously first you have to like go to charts and whatnot, but then from there, if you're wondering like how to add stuff, just go to edit studies and then simply have all these you can pick from. And right now we're gonna put in the VWAP. We're gonna add that in, and we'll go ahead and apply it. So as you can see with VWAP, it can definitely make it hard to read. So if you're like really new, like you haven't even done this a day, I wouldn't suggest using VWAP. I would have familiarized yourself with like RSI, MACD, and then probably VWAP, and all that good stuff, of course, and then obviously your candles and all that. But as you can see, the VWAP is just all over the place. The RSI as well just can't really, I mean, it was all over the place today. I'll go ahead and zoom in just on like the main market hours, just about. As you can see, I mean, am I on one day? Okay, so apparently at some point, I don't know why I didn't get a notification. It says, oh, the 79's up there. I thought it was saying it hit 79. Okay, I was like, what the hell? I didn't get a notification. Doesn't it look like, because it's like pointing, but whatever. Live and learn. Anyways, point being, the VWAP, once you zoom in, it's not quite as bad. It's just when you pop out on like 5 days, especially on these penny stocks, I mean, you can see it goes just all over the place. So what I like to do with the VWAP is just focus on a specific day and then just zoom in on that actual day. So as you can see, with the VWAP, pretty much in just a quick explanation of it for you guys, this would be like your new support, so to speak. This would be your new resistance, and then this would be the old support. So like this used to be an old resistance at one point because it hit a low of 68 cents. So it identified that as a new support. So once it bounced off that support and broke back through this resistance here around 70 cents, that 70 cents then became the new support. So then this up here, once it kind of had topped out once or twice around, what was it, 72 cents, 73 cents, that became the new resistance, 72 to 73, and now 74 cents. So as you can see, it's been kind of trending back up. That VWAP, that new resistance, has been slightly increasing throughout the day, and then it kind of just flatlined. And the only thing that worries me is that it kind of started trending below, and of course after hours it always trends below the new support, but near the end of the day it just kind of started trending down. And then the RSI showed, this kind of made me, I don't know, just obviously it's going into after hours, so that's really to be taken into consideration for sure. But it showed, the RSI showed multiple times that it needed to like pretty much have a sell-off. So, and it did, obviously, because it dipped back down, but now the RSI is kind of, I don't know, the RSI is all over the place on this one. The MACD is as well, so I mean, it's really kind of hard to analyze, but I'm just going to, like I said, just keep an eye on it. I'll go ahead and set a stop loss tomorrow, probably around like 0.66 or something like that, 0.65 probably, just in case if for whatever reason, if this stock decides to just head south, at least I can just cut my losses to a minimum. It'll suck because I have now like 65 shares, I think, of Acre, but it's not the end of the world. Obviously 65 shares of a penny stock is not like a lot or anything. There's people at by thousands. So I mean, people could be losing a lot of money. Am I saying in any shape or form that is going to do that? No, I'm not saying that at all, or else obviously I would have sold up here and still made a little bit of profit. I actually did think about that, but I'm sticking to my plan. Like I said, I do think just by analyzing the charts that it is going to continue to just keep on taking this upward pattern, but it's definitely turning into more of a swing trade than a day trade for sure. Let me go ahead and hop in the chat real quick and see if we have any questions. Probably not, but it's always worth at least looking. So no, let's see if we got anybody watching currently. We got 2 people watching. So if you, like I said, if you guys have any questions or if you have any comments in general or words of wisdom about any stock or anything, or if you want me to even look at a stock and tell you my honest opinion of it, just let me know in the not comments right now, it's chat. It'll be comments after the video is uploaded, so let me know in the chat if you have like any questions about specific stock. But anyways, I'll get right back to what I was saying. I don't want to make this video too long or anything, but so like I said, had $29. I bought 5 more shares of Acre at 71. We went over that. I'll just go ahead and put it on today so you all don't get confused. Bought 5 more shares at 71 cents. And then I also bought a share of JNUG at $13.42. I'm not going to lie, that one was pretty I kind of jumped the gun on that one. But I was looking at the charts, the TD Ameritrade charts from my phone at work. Like I said, it's not nearly as good as your computer, but I was trying to make do with what I had. And I did get in pretty early in the morning. I got in down here around, let me go ahead and zoom in right here. I got in this, where was it? It was I think it was in this little dip here, yeah, because it was right around 340, 342. And it was starting to take a dip, and I saw it taking a dip, but I did not have this MACD indicator. I did have the RSI. Let me see, where was it? Yeah, right here. So I did have the RSI, so I don't know what I was thinking really when it came down to like seeing that the RSI was pretty high. I knew if I would have just looked at the previous patterns of the RSI, I would have known to just wait that it was going to do this little, they have a word for this pattern right here. I forget the name of it off the top of my head. But I knew would have done this and then probably got in at a hell of a lot better point, probably around 13.20. What was it? 13.22. So that'd have been 20 cents more profit. Like I said, I only bought 1 share. I only had $29. I could have used it more wisely, obviously. But yeah, it was just one of those things where you just learn as you go. Just learn from my mistakes, and obviously you can see the VWAP here. I'll probably go ahead and take the VWAP, and I'll keep it on for now. But yeah, so it was really bouncing around just all over the place. As you can see, there's this new support here, roughly around 326, and then there's a new resistance around 345 to 346, below. But then it took a huge upswing near the end of the day and going into after hours. So that's always encouraging, of course. And then also, like as you know, as those of you that have been doing this for a while know, JNUG is the inverse ETF of JDST. So what I did was I went ahead and looked over at JDST. JDST started taking a dip near the end of the day, so that might be good signs as well. JDST might be finally getting ready to sell off, and as you all know, if JDST starts going down, JNUG should start going up. So if you look at JNUG from, say, the past, let's go just 20 days even, or no, let's not do 20 days, let's do 180 days. So as you can see, if JNUG can go ahead and start taking an uptrend, if I want to wait long term for it, I could get as much as, like, say, who knows, probably 17 is where I'd probably sell off. But what I'm focusing on the most right now is this low of 1134, and if it can get up to somewhere, say, around this resistance of around, what would you say, 1550 to 1560, I would probably sell. So I'm probably going to hold this for a while, and if my account keeps on building, if I can start throwing more money at it, of course I'll be investing in JDST, JNUG, all of those in the near future. You can day trade them, swing trade them. Obviously, the more money you have, the better for these situations. MACD is starting to show that it might be getting ready for a sell-off of some sort. So who knows? I definitely plan on holding it, probably, as you can see here. Like I always say, these dark gray ones are your days. These are your after hours. So I plan on definitely holding this for probably at least the rest of the week, maybe even 2. It just depends. But I'll definitely, like always, keep you guys updated on that. So yeah, I bought the one of JNUG at 1342 that I really should have got at around 1322 or 1324 at least. Then I also bought 5 shares of GSAT. So GSAT, obviously I didn't like buy a lot. I was starting to run low on my funds, of course. As you can see, GSAT is a trending down, which I do not really suggest for a lot of people, including myself for the most part. And the only thing that really kind of bothers me about this stock is, as you can see, it takes a dip and then it kind of flatlines, has a few positive days, then takes another downturn, then kind of right here it kind of keeps going down, but then it flats and then it takes it down. Right now it looks like we're kind of at the peak of the flat, so that is why I went ahead and sold off. I sold it off I bought it around 94 cents. I sold it off for, let me see here, my GSAT. I sold it off for 96. So I mean, I only made 10 cents off of my shares, but at the end of the day, profits are profits. At the end of the day, that was only about a 2 or 3% profit. But I mean, hey, at the end of the day, 2 to 3% a day will always keep those bills away. So just remember that. As long as it's profit, obviously it's not a huge amount, but imagine if I had a couple $100 in that, then that 2% would have been a couple dollars, or if I had a couple that, obviously you see how it can 2%, 3% can make a huge difference come later on down the road. Let me go ahead and hop back in this chat before I keep going. So no chat so far. How many viewers do we got? Still 1. Wow, this is already going on 16 minutes. I need to get to it. My dinner's gonna be done soon. So then I also bought 5 shares of GST. GST wasn't really, I don't believe, on one of my stocks to watch. Let me see real quick if it was. No, OBE was. GSAT, yeah. This one was not really on my list to watch, but I was watching it like just the past few days, and it dipped down to like 68, 69 cents. Let me go ahead and show you guys. Let's see. As you can see, it does the same thing, kind of trends up and then trends down. But anyways, I'll go ahead and show you guys for today. I got in around, it had a low point of 63 cents, like first thing in the morning. And I was like, okay, I'm going to wait for it to kind of bounce. And then when it bounced, I'll get in. Well, I definitely waited a long time. I don't think, what time did I get in? It was close to my like first break or just after. Yeah, because see, I got in right around, I got in this one at a bad time. I must not have been looking at the chart. All I know is, yeah, I think I was only looking at my Robinhood chart for this, which I do not suggest you guys do. As you can see, I could have got in even around 65 cents. I would have made another 4 cents off of each share. I bought 5 shares. That would have been 20 cents. Like I said, obviously it's not huge profits. I was only trading with $29 today. And I invested 13 of that, almost 14 of that into JNUG. So I only had $16, and I traded more into Acre. A lot of my money went to Acre. But yeah, so I mean, I could have made another 20 cents off of GST. But at the end of the day, I think I sold it for a loss, actually, because I set a stop loss. Because I knew, I just didn't feel too confident about it, but I wanted to at least have the chance on cashing out. Sure enough, it took a little dip, and then mine sold off, 67? It sold off around 67.99, so 0.6799 was really where I sold off at. I set my stop loss a little too low, in all honesty, because this is right around where I sold. And then obviously right after that, it shot right up to 0.72. So I mean, I actually lost out on about 15 cents there. But I mean, I'd rather set a stop loss too low and prevent myself from losing more money versus just kind of gambling, so to speak, because I did not feel too great about the stock. And that's another thing I want to stress to you guys. I keep telling myself, and I need to just learn to keep sticking to my plan. If I don't feel 100% about a stock, obviously you're never going to feel 100, 150%, but if you don't feel like more good than not that a stock is going to do good, then there's no point in investing in it. Obviously I'm not like using huge amounts of money right now, so I can afford those risks, but for those of you that are investing with hundreds of thousands of dollars, one, you're probably not watching my channel anyways, but two, it's just, you want to learn from these mistakes at minimum cost as possible. That's why another thing you can do is like paper trading. I'm actually thinking about doing a little bit of paper trading, just like with stocks that I'm not very familiar with, and just stick with the ones that I know the most. Obviously I don't know a whole lot because I'm still very new at this, but I'm comfortable with like inverse ETFs and stuff like that. So some of these penny stocks I might consider like doing some paper trading with. I'll keep you guys updated for sure. But yeah, let me see here. Like I said, bought more Acre. I bought 5 shares of Acre at 70 cents. So I got it in for a little bit cheaper. I got it at 70 cents, 70.2 cents to be exact, 0.702. And then I went ahead and sold my GSAT, like I said, at 96 cents. So I made 5 cents a share, which is pretty much like 25 cents of profit. Let me see. So tomorrow, like I said, my account should hit $151.60. So that'll give me a lot more money to kind of, I wouldn't say play with, but a lot more money to dive in deeply into. I don't know what stocks yet, but I'm thinking Acre, TVIX, and maybe JNUG. Those are my 3 stocks that I'm going to go ahead and give those to you now. The 3 stocks I'm keeping out an eye on for sure is Acre, JNUG, and TVIX. I want to go ahead and hit on TVIX. Obviously, I did lose some money from TVIX. I went ahead and sold that one off earlier today as well. I sold it at $9.12, so I took a whole $1.76 loss per share because I bought in at $10.88. So I lost over $8 from TVIX, but let me go ahead and show you guys here. This is today's. Let's go ahead and go to like the last 10. What did I write for TVIX? So it had a big sell-off, and we're seeing a support around 790. I'll go ahead and go back to the 1 day. So it has this new support here, if you can see. A new support around 790. It says 787, but I'm identifying it around 790. So I'm gonna go ahead and set an alarm, or set an alert for once it. I'm actually gonna set 2 alerts for it. I'm gonna set an alert once it hits below 830, just so I know to keep an eye on it. And then I'll also set another alert for when it dips below 790. That way I'll know to really keep an eye on it and just take a look at the RSI indicator, the MACD indicator. As you can see, MACD is all over the place on this one, and RSI kind of is too. But the RSI, it's all over the place, but it's consistent. As you can see, it goes up and then it has a sell-off, goes up a little, minor sell-off. So, I mean, it's consistent at least. It's doing the same stuff over and over. But, yeah, if we'll go back even further to 20-day, as you can see, the lowest it ever got, let's go back even further, 180-day. The lowest it got was 465. I don't see it going back there. But if we go ahead and just go to, I think I went to 30-day on this one. So we'll go in here to 30 days. Go ahead and keep it at 4 hours. So as you can see, we'll go in right here. And maybe it was 20 days that I was actually looking at. So we'll go into 20 days. And as you can see, I'll go ahead and take the VWAP off on this one. I don't know why I searched it. All I gotta do is that. Apply. Okay. So we'll go ahead and look at the last, about 14 days probably. So as you can see, I don't see it really coming back up to where it was last week whenever it hit. Or no, this wasn't last week. This was beginning of February. So we must still be quite a few days back. Well, this is trading days, of course. So I don't really see it going back up to like $12 or anything. But if it can go down to its support here, roughly around, what we identified at, right around 780, 790, and then if it can bounce back up to, say, I don't know, say, this one, like I said, I don't really know about. I'm going to keep an eye on it, but I don't know 100% if I'm going to invest. I haven't identified like a true resistance. I want to say that it's around like $10, but at the same time, there might be this new resistance here, right, roughly around like 918. So I'll go ahead and zoom on in it there for you all. So there might be this new resistance here around like 918. Let's go ahead and put the VWAP on it, actually. Wrong one. It's all about learning and not jumping the gun at the end of the day. Let's go ahead and apply it. Okay. So yeah, like I said, there might be this new they have the resistance roughly around. They have it a lot lower than me. They have the resistance right around like say 860. Right now it's currently 835. Like I said, I'm probably gonna wait till around 8, somewhere on there, to try to get in. As you can see, the MACD is showing that it's actually getting ready to be a good time to buy. With the MACD indicator, really, once it's down here, you definitely want to, like, it's like definitely selling, like time to sell off for sure. But as it goes to these little ones, usually it trends back into the green, which means it's a good time to buy. And obviously as the green gets bigger, it means you're getting closer and closer to like you need to get ready to sell off, which is why right here it started having a sell off. So as you can see, this was like the main point of the sell off. Then it kind of started going back up, and then it still had a sell off. So the MACD is pretty good about knowing when it's getting ready to be a good time to buy. As you can see, it didn't turn green here, even though it showed that possibility of breaking through this new resistance right here. So the MACD and RSI, I mean, all of it is definitely important to look at, from the VWAP to the RSI to the MACD. I mean, it's all important at the end of the day, but not one of them is ever 100% right. You just kind of have to go off of just previous charts, 180-day chart, 20-day chart, just kind of know the trend, know what you're wanting to do. Are you wanting to day trade, or are you wanting to swing trade? With this one, honestly, I would just look at probably day trading it. I think, yeah, this is just the last 2 days. So I'm just going to keep an eye on it. It looks like it might be getting ready to possibly have a good buying period. So if so, it might be getting ready to go up. And if it can, hopefully it will at least go through to this 931. I'm thinking that it's probably actually going to keep selling off, as is the VWAP here, because why would it put the support way down at 790 if it's not expecting some kind of sell-off, is kind of what I'm thinking. But then again, the RSI shows that it's like pretty low. So the RSI is pretty low. It's at 38 currently. So I mean, it could easily also get ready to break through. So it's definitely something to keep an eye on going into early market hours, pre-market hours for sure, and then the first probably hour or so of the market. So like I said, TVIX is definitely one to keep an eye on. And then like I said, JNUG and Acre are my other ones I'm keeping an eye on. Those are my main three. I'm going to focus on those three the most, but I'll let you guys know, of course, if I have another one or two. I try to go with no more than 5, especially with such little amounts of money. Even if you had thousands of dollars to invest, it's just a good idea to probably stick with around 5 to 10 at the max, depending on just your level of expertise. Just because, I mean, it can get really crazy. Yes, I have all these in my watch list, but am I actively, like, looking at trading every single one of these? Absolutely not. It would just be impossible. It would be like just, at least for me, just like a number overload and just trying to keep up with everything. So it's just really finding that happy medium for yourself and just sticking with a plan. Like I said, if you stick with a plan, you identify a good, even if you find just 1 or 2 good stocks, if you can find 1 or 2 good stocks with less than $300, if you can find, this isn't, I mean, it's technically a penny stock, but it's not. It's the whole penny stock term is just, I heard from one source online that like a penny stock's technically under anything that's like under $12 is its like ask price or whatever, or its value. But to me, a penny stock is anything that's just like kind of around that dollar mark. But obviously there's real versus whatever. I mean, you get what I'm saying. Pretty much this is technically penny stock depending on who you ask. But anyways, even with like less than $300, say you identified TVIX here around 790 as a good buy, and you bought in at 790. Say you bought 10 shares. So out of your $300, you spent 79. You bought 10 shares, and then say it only goes back up to $9. So you made $1.10. You just made $10 and what? No, you made $11 off of your $79. So that's actually really good ROI. So that's actually like north of 10%. So I mean, you're looking at a really good ROI there. And say you get into Acre or something, or I'm not saying that you should. I'm saying, but say that you did. Say you only found Acre and TVIX. You identified Acre at say 69 cents. You invested in a couple hundred shares or something, or even a couple 10, 20s, 50s, whatever at 69 cents, and then it does go up to say 75 cents. You made 6 cents a share times 100 shares. You just made $6. So I mean, you can see where it just really starts compounding, the power of just compounding your money over and over. It doesn't take tens of hundreds of stocks of profits. It just takes finding those couple and really just diving into them as much as you can will yourself at the end of the day. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up because one, my battery is starting to go low, and two, I know it's going on like well over half an hour probably. I'll go ahead and check the chat one last time. It doesn't look like we have anything going on in there, and I'll see if anyone's watching one last time. Still got one watching. So thank you for whoever has stayed through this whole video. I greatly appreciate you for sure, and I appreciate all of you that watch this after the fact. If you guys want to let me know like any stocks that you want me to like do videos over, or maybe even live streams over, I'm gonna plan on trying to do at least like one, more like two to three probably live streams a week, maybe even more, just depending on timing and stuff I have going on, of course. But I'm gonna try to at least do live streams on, of course, Sunday, because going into the market Monday, I'm going to try to at least do at the minimum probably Sunday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm thinking about maybe doing Sunday, and obviously today's Monday, so maybe Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Just kind of depends, but let me know. I'm in Central Time Zones, like right now it's 6:07 here. You all can't see because the subscribe button's probably down there, but let me know like in your time zone, like what would be like good time for you. It's going to have to be in the evening, of course, because I do work a 8 to 4 job, but for now, I'm going to go with around like 5:30, somewhere around there, 5 to 5:30, just depending on, like I said, just my life at the end of the day. So you can expect those at least Sunday, Wednesday, Friday for now. So I'll see you guys probably again Wednesday. And I'll talk again, just like a brief update over my stocks, how my stocks are doing, what I'm looking out for the rest of the week. And just a whole bunch of stuff really at the end of the day. So just like I said, let me know what works out for you guys the best. I definitely thank you guys for watching as always. I hope you did take something away from this video. If you did, definitely make sure to hit that like button. I greatly appreciate that. And if you are new and watched this entire video, good for you. You're awesome. Definitely consider hitting the subscribe button below. But until next time, guys, keep on going out there making the profits, and let's make some things happen.